End Times Prophecy Explained. So Revelations 1 to 3 is basically the early church going through a number of various issues that Jesus is basically addressing and comforting them and also rebuking them and warning them to change their ways, most of them. Then we come to Revelations 4 to 11, where we get the seal and trumpet judgments being fulfilled by 70 AD. And yes, in between that time, we get, between the 6th and 7th trumpet, we do get the gathering of the elect that come up hither of the two witnesses, the gathering of the elect from the four corners of the world of the ancient Roman Empire, and this would have also included the church members in Jerusalem who would have fled to Judea, who would have seen the abomination of desolation as prophesied by Daniel. And then in Revelations 12 to 15, we get a bunch of visions that John is seeing. And at least one of these visions is a recapitulation of events that have already happened throughout the Old Testament, New Testament era. Revelation 16 to 19 is the vial judgments, which come rapidly, also include this valley where they meet called Armageddon. So these vial judgments were judgments upon the ancient Roman Empire. And in fact, we get what happened to the ancient Roman Empire was parted into three parts. Okay, according to Revelation 16 verses 19, we get the Battle of Armageddon as you know it, but this would have been headed by the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, fights against the armies of darkness, represented by the ancient Roman Empire. Then Satan is thrown into a pit for 1,000 years. What ends up happening after the end of the destruction of the ancient Roman Empire? We enter into a different era called the Middle Ages, which is 1,000 years. So this is the 1,000-year millennial reign that would have happened in the spiritual realm, in the heavens, in heaven, and in the spiritual realm, okay? Because Jesus is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and he's certainly earned that title after the fall and destruction of the temple in Jerusalem, and then the fall and destruction of the ancient Roman Empire. Then next, what comes? Is Satan is let loose. He's let loose is that we get the changing of our knowledge and conception of the universe. Art from that era was very, very, I don't know what you want to call it, naked. It's not God honoring, it was man honoring, it was pagan. Whereas when you look at the art from the Middle Ages, it was very honoring of God. And so that's where we're at. The Gog Magog War to happen, and then also the Great White Throne Judgment. And after the Great White Throne Judgment, then the new heavens and new earth.